Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. And the heater's just come on, as you can hear. Always comes on when I'm filming. And today I'm just going to have a look at the Masdevallias. I'm going to check what they're potted in and see which one's doing the best, because a bit since I put some in bark and I put others in husk, and I want to see which is doing the best. Well, there's about 9 Masdevallias here, so I'm going to check them all, and I just want to see what the roots are like. Well, this is the grandulosa, and I don't think I can see any roots at all coming around here. And although this plant has flowered a few times, put some nice blooms up, they've died off very quickly. So that probably needs a look at, see what that's in. And this is just in a fine bark. Grandulosa. So we'll have a look at this one first, see if there's anything untoward. Take the label out. It should be nice and damp because I watered them yesterday. And see the fine bark it's in there, and a little bit of tree fern at the back here. But nothing special about the roots. As you can see, there's not much there, is there? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the medium on this, and I'm going to give it some coconut husk. Providing I've got one in coconut husk that's doing very well, so we'll check on that one. So that's a very fine bark that one was in. Let's move that to one side. A fine one in husk. Right. Well, this is one in coconut husk, and it's a little piece of another Vetchiana Prince de Galles. If you remember, I think it's about August, the last show we had, I bought one of these plants, and when I came to repot it, it split into 3 plants. So this is one of the splits. I didn't expect it to do much, so I put it in coconut husk, and we'll see how it's gone on. Hot. Quite wet. Yep, looks like it's doing okay. 1 or 2 brown roots on there, but I'll get the camera just to have a quick look. Well, I didn't expect this to do much, but it's putting out some nice roots, so I will put this back straight into the coconut husk that it just came out of. So I'm quite pleased about that. 1, 2, 3. Now, as you all probably know, I'm just starting on Masdevallias. I don't know much about them. I'm experimenting at the moment, but what I am doing, I watch mixed Masdevallias, and they're very good. He's a specialist on Masdevallias, and he's getting a bit that way with Draculas as well. So if you're interested in these, have a look at mixed Masdevallias, and he'll tell you all you need to know. So I'll pop this one up, and then we'll have a look at the next one. Now, as you can see, this is another Vetchiana with 2 spikes on here. They're just going over those flowers, so I'll just chop them off. One looks like it's just a nibble away there or something. So there might be something in the bark in this one, but we'll have a look. This flowers quite well, but, and they'll last a long time. Those must have been on 6, 7, 8 weeks. And this one is just in Well, as I said, this one is just in bark, and I've took the top layer off, so I'm not going to remove it from the pot anymore, because it looks like the roots are doing quite well on this one too. So that's working well in just bark. Some lovely roots on it, but nothing showing yet on the outside. That's why I just took the top lot off. Just have a look. Right, we'll cut all these dead roots off. You can see them here, look. Absolutely floppy. Some there, there, and round here. So I'll get that cleaned up and we'll have a look at it properly. Well, I took a lot of dead roots off this one, and when I got right down to the middle in there, it was some of the old moss that it had probably grown in the old sphagnum. Probably been there for a few years, but I've got rid of that now. Very pleased with these roots, so I'm going to plant it up back into the same stuff, which is just straightforward bark. Well, I'll pot it up back into this 9cm pot, and you know, the pot with the holes in here, these are very essential for Masdevallias, because it lets plenty of air in, and that's what they want. They want plenty of air. They want plenty of dampness and plenty of air, and you can't go wrong with them. But you give them the right temperatures, but I'm sure they'll stand intermediate temperatures all the time. I think I've made a bit of a mess of potting that. I've got it to one side. So we'll put it back, make sure we get it in the middle. And another blooper. Well, not like the frag falling off its perch yesterday. You saw that one. God, I've never seen that happen before. But it gave people a smile, and that's what I like. Like people smiling and enjoying themselves. Because we're in such trying times now, aren't we, that a smile is good anywhere. Just a bit more in there, and that's fine. Lovely. So we'll put the labels back in. For some reason I've got two labels for this one, both the same, but we'll just stick them back in and put that back in its place. Now this is a Masdevallia striatella that has done nothing. So we'll have a look at this one. This came from Spiceotics. And this is in bark and moss. Quite damp, but so compact in here. Plenty of roots, but the moss isn't letting much air in. So I'm going to change this one as well. You can see it's very compact. There are some nice roots, but they don't come out here. Just at the top staying there, and it's compacting. And we don't want this with Masdevallias. We want an open mix, so plenty of air can get in. I mean, probably be all right for 6 months or even 12 months, but I don't think moss does it any good at all. That's why we in the Draculas, I've got mine in moss, but I'll have to make sure I change that moss before every 12 months is up. So this needs a good clean up, so I'll do the same as I did this with the other one. I'll clean it up and then come back and show you the root system. Well, there you are. I've cleaned the striatella up, and one thing I noticed when I was cleaning this up is that the roots don't cling to the moss. The only thing they cling to is the bark. So that could be telling me something. So this is not going in moss at all. It's going in the bark. Well, we'll get back to the grandulosa now, and this is definitely going in bark, because those roots are atrocious, I think, for what it should be like. So we've got some bark here. We'll give them all a good watering when I've finished repotting them and having a look at them, because they always like to be damp, these. Never let them dry out completely. Mind you, there's one thing about plants. They'll live longer dry than they will wet. So I suppose they can stand a bit of drying out these for a certain length of time, but I would think that time will be probably no more than a day or so. Get a bit awkward to pot these somehow. Get the holes filled up. You notice there's more holes in the pot there now to give it air, very essential to them. So I think we'll leave that one like that. Put the label back in, and that's another one seen to. Well, the heater's on again, but this is the last one we'll do. It's the Masdevallias ignea. Now, it's flowered 2 or 3 times for me in the times I've had it, but the flowers have never been good. They've always been tiny little things and misshapen. But there's some nice roots on this. But there's something wrong somewhere. There's some lovely roots. You see, there are some lovely roots on this ignea. But not a lot doing on top. A few new growths here. All those nice dark green ones are new growths, so I suppose I can't grumble about it really, but I don't like it when the leaves start looking drab and yellowy, and I like to go in that way. But we'll leave this as it is and see what goes on, because those new growths look quite nice. Some more there too. Well, this was my last purchase of Masdevallias, and it was this one. Masdevallias Auburn Hero, and this is doing really well. It's growing a nice spike here. I think there's another spike coming up further down, if I can find it. Yep, there, and new growth, plenty of new growth. Look, one there, another one there. So that's doing really, really well. So I won't be changing that, although I can't see any roots in there. And this looks like it's in a mixture of stuff. I think it's in a mixture of let me think. Yeah, this is in a right mixture. It's in a mixture of bark, husk, pumice, small live rock and academia. And it's doing really well. So I'll have to keep my eye on that, or all my other plants will be going on it before long, if it keeps going as well as that. Well, thanks very much for watching. I'll just start watering now, and that's me raw water there. Well, I've watered the Masdevallias now, and I just put a little bit of rain mix in to about 150 parts per million, so they're fine. But I can't come to any conclusion yet what bark is right, what medium is right. Is it bark? Is it husks? Is it a mixture? The only thing I do know is that I don't like the moss. But that's just my opinion, and a lot of people will have success with moss. But I just don't. So I think we better leave it at that and say thank you very much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. I've got a few more subscribers, but not too many. I would love too many, but things are as they are. But thanks very much for watching again, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.